So what's this lovely guy's name?
So this is Mr. Muttley,
Mr. Muttley.
who came from Dogs Trust Salisbury when he was 5 months old, and he had 5 very calm years at home, enjoying being our family pet, and then he started to come to work with me after a few conversations with our head teacher and with other staff in the college and health and safety.
Yeah.
And he came in at a time when we really needed a positive distraction for our young people.
What do you think the benefits of having a therapy dog is for students?
I think the properly qualified and well-trained therapy dogs bring a complete air of calmness. Muttley isn't a fully qualified and trained therapy dog.
Yeah.
He's more of a distraction dog, that's all that I will say. So unfortunately we can't claim that he's a therapy dog.
Yeah.
But you know, for younger children, therapy dogs can be amazing for children to sit and read to improve children's reading, to build trust, to ease anger, to ease stress. We see with Muttley that when he goes into the counselling rooms of our students, that they share more because he's there in their face when they're crying. And so they're stroking his ears and they're sharing more and more. And there are some rescue centres, Dogs Trust Salisbury I think might be one of them, where they actually have local schools come in and visit on set mornings of the week, and they sit there just outside the dogs' kennels reading to them. So it's amazing interaction for the dogs as well.
Yeah.
So it's very clever.
Can you describe the impacts that he has had on the students?
Okay, so it is all about sort of this sort of distraction really. So the positive impact, when our young people have had bad experiences usually in education before, they might get stressed, frustrated because they can't achieve a lot in their lessons because they've got these big gaps in their learning. They use their red card, they come down to our office and they take the dog for a walk. And he's appreciating it, he's loving them all the more for coming down and seeing them. They do a walk around the block, they come back, they go into lessons, they've had fresh air, they've had exercise, they've had that little bit of distraction. We've got some students who are on the autistic spectrum and they find it really difficult to communicate with others. So within our transition sessions in the summer for our students, Muttley comes in with me and they hold his lead when we're going around the college finding our way around. And then in September when they start, where they're not brave enough to talk to other people, they're used to the dog. So when I'm saying to them, right, what lessons have we got this morning? And they say, I'm like, okay, well, let's take the dog with us then. So they're happy. But unbeknownst to them, the minute you're in charge of a dog walking around college, everybody stops to say hello to you.
Miss Heidi.
Here, Muttley. Here, boy. Hiya.
So we've got these young people who are on the autistic spectrum actually communicating with other students who they've not met before, really confidently because they're almost talking through the dog. It does break down barriers. You know, people stop, they laugh, they get down on the floor with him. There's a lot of laughter created around him, and as I say, it breaks down barriers really. Almost 3 years ago now, we had a group of girls who were being sexually exploited. So they were having a really, really tough time. They had a lot of trust issues, they had a lot of anger, they had a lot of anxiety. And to be honest, we needed a distraction. We really needed something which made them want to come into college and something which they could feel a sense of ownership for. And one of the main young people absolutely loved animals. So we brought Muttley in and introduced him to her. They got on famously and proceeded to be best friends for the year. And her attendance actually increased as a result as well. It was exactly what was needed at that time.
Yeah.
You know, and whether a calmer dog would have brought many more benefits, I'm not quite sure.
It's the personality of them.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, you know, one of the young people wrote in one of their sort of messages to the principal as to why they should be allowed to keep Muttley after he did a 3-week trial was exactly that, was, you know, he doesn't always know how to behave and neither do we. So he suits us quite well. Yeah, absolutely, relatable.
Yeah.
You know, full of himself, doesn't always quite know where the boundaries are. Yeah, just saying, Muttley.
Brilliant. Okay. Alright, that was good, thank you.